This is the necklace that I made. I don't know if you're getting the good view of it. These are the obsidian. These are the 8mm natural obsidian gemstone beads that I've gotten, and I've done a tutorial on these. And I've done a tutorial on the pendant, Shimmer and Shines. So you get 4 of each. You get 4 black, 4 gold, 4 silver, 4 antique brass, and 4 antique silver. So all in all, 5 different colors, but 4 of each color. And it's a double-sided pendant, and I made that one red. Another idea that I have for you as well, and I'm going to try to get some more light on the subject here, okay, is you could also use resin. I use Easy Cast resin, and if you're not sure how to use resin, I have a 3-part resin tutorial in my jewelry tutorial playlist that shows you what you need, how to use it, and the final result and what you can do. So in this, I had some resin with some seashells in it, and you can paint the back with nail polish, okay? And this one I did. So you do sometimes have to pop them out and trim them, and they have molds that you would use. Look, you can easily, so I'm gonna show you that with some light on the subject, see? And that's what you could do with some seashells. You can put anything you want. You could put a charm inside, a little cat face. There's just no end what you can do to resin. And if you didn't want to paint it, you can leave it like that, but you can have just the color of the tray showing through, but I like painting them. So that's another idea that you can do with these. You don't have to use the glass cabochon that comes in. You can make your own with some resin and save those glass cabochons. And usually you have to trim them and file them till they fit. This is a little big, but if you file them, then they'll fit right in. You glue them just like you would the glass cabochons. Now this is the bracelet I make. This is the bracelet I made. See, it's a cabochon bracelet. These are all from Panda Hole Selected. Be sure that you visit the Panda Hole Selected online store, and you can look for all those links below my video in the description box, because there's a discount code, and the discount code is Magical Maiden. For all my viewers and subscribers, please make sure that you do that. Get all those links in the description code, and check out Panda Hole on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and other social media. Now, I wanted to show you another craft that I have for you using the Crescent Moon glass cabochon double-sided pendants that I got from Panda Hole Selected. Now, in case you haven't seen the video where I do an unboxing and review of this, and an unboxing and review of these, as well as I do a jewelry tutorial using these, then you also seen some other ideas that I've had with these. But now so I'm just gonna get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get the glass cabochon. Now I only need one of them. So for this project, what you're going to need is some rubbing alcohol, any kind you want, some Q-tips, and some toothpicks. Some E6000 glue, and some clear nail polish, some color nail polish, and some different types of glitter nail polishes. Okay, and some of you might have seen some of my jewelry tutorials on my jewelry tutorial playlist showing you how to use stickers with glass cabochons. So that's what I'm about to do. what I did was I got a few of these. They're very flat, but they're glittery. Okay. And I have other ones like these. They're small. They're slightly raised, but not enough to cause a problem if I wanted to. I have these little kitties, these little pumpkins. So you're getting the idea. Now I have these, and they're slightly raised, but this would have been too hard, not mushy like these. But I didn't want to use a giant one. For this project, I thought that these were perfect. Now, with the stickers, you're not going to use the adhesive side, you're going to use the front side. So the adhesive doesn't really matter about the sticker. It's just that it's got that flatness, and I love these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a kind of space thing. Being that these are crescent moons, I wanted to add some stars and paint it with different blues and some sparkly to make it look like it's out in space. So I'm going to take one of these. Actually, I'm going to take two of these out. First thing I want to do is I want to clean them. Now, there's a dome side and a flat side. Because this is double-sided, you need two of them. Take some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, and I'm going to pour a little, try not to get too much, but a little extra came out, but that's okay. I'm going to blot my Q-tip now on a paper towel. And now I'm just going to gently go over and clean the flat side because you might have gotten fingerprints on, and once you paint it, you'll be stuck with the fingerprints, so you have to clean them. So once you've swabbed it, make sure that your fingerprints or any residue, give it a good look. Now let that air dry. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to need your clear nail polish. But before you put a coat of clear nail polish, let's get our stickers out and ready. Now I'm going to put the rest aside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some clear nail polish. Get a clear nail polish that's very liquidy. You only do them one at a time, so you don't have to do that one till you're ready. And go ahead and give it a nice coat. You don't have to over flood it, but put enough. Okay, so that's enough. Now while that's still tacky and wet, let's peel your sticker. Okay, so now it's going to be a sticky side and a shiny side. Sticky side and shiny side. We're going to put the sticky side, adhere it to that, and then put this down. You might want to center it and see what it's going to look like, and you still have plenty of glitter. So now you're just going to make sure it's flat. You're going to make sure it is where you want it to be, and then you could place a few more. This is why I chose the smaller stars. There was plenty more stars where that came from. They were very big and bulky, and I showed you some that I had. Now you can use slightly raised stickers, like I said. It depends on how deep your pendant trays are. Now these are sort of deep, but you know. So I'm just gonna put a few of them around, flipping it over, making sure that's exactly where you wanted it. And I'm just going to keep adding these. You have them where you like them. Get some glitter nail polish. Now I'm going to make it look like space, so I'm going to get a few different colors between the stars. Oh, so between the stars you want to add a little. Now I don't want to go crazy because it'll be too glittery. I'm going to add a little bit of different colored sparkle. You only want a little bit. You don't need a lot because too much colors and then it'll get a little overly glittery. Glitter, turn it over and look at it. Does it have enough color? Do you want to add a little more purple, I think? Added all the types of glitter that you wanted to. I've had a combination of a little silver, purple, and then very little bit green glitter nail polish. Any kind of nail polish, it really doesn't matter as long as it's glitter nail polish, but a type that doesn't have a weird gel to it so it doesn't turn your cabochon yellow when it dries. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm making sure that all the stars are covered, so you can add 1 or 2 coats of the clear polish, because if you don't cover it, you won't be sealing it, and then when you go to add color to it, it'll seep under the stars and ruin your design, because you won't see the stars. All you're going to see is the paint. So I've put about 2 coats of clear. Now I'm going to let that dry. So I just want a little bit on the outer parts. And I'm going to see how that looks. So I'm going to do that. I just did the outer edge. I want different variations of blue. So, and I know I bought it for making space cabochons. This was a long time ago, so see what that's starting to look like? Okay, so now I want to add a dab of red, but not a lot of red. And I have a few different red nail polishes. This is a crimson. See, it's like a crimson from whatever, I think. So you're not going to use a lot of this. You're going to use like a dab. So you might want to like dab it on a paper towel. Now I'm just going to make a few spots of that. Okay. So now I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll see how I like that. Now I'm going to put that aside. Okay. What I'm going to do is going to take my E6000 glue. I'm going to just put a little bit in the center. If you find that you have too much, just get your little paper towel and wipe that off. I put too much. I don't want that much. Move this out of the way. Kind of spread it as much as you can because you don't want it lumpy. So now I'm going to take this. First, look at your glass cabochon. How are you going to want? So you want to see, do I want it this way? How do I want my glass cabochon? So I'm going to drop it in here. And as you know, E6000 glue takes 24 hours to cure, but you have about 5 to 8 to 12 minutes to play with it before it adheres. It adheres in basically anywhere from 12 to 15 to 20 minutes before you can move it around. So now when you got it positioned just where you want it, if you're happy with the way it looks, push down. Give it a good push, hold. Now you can clean your fingerprint off later with a little Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol, but look, that's the way, that's the top. So you're going to put a jump ring in there. I have a 6mm jump ring I'm going to use, and I'm just going to randomly put it on the choker. Maybe I'll create a chain for it, but I'm probably going to put it on the choker. But look at that. And so I have to finish the other side, which is good because this gives time for the E6000 glue to adhere. So I'm going to stick with the star theme. So here I go again. I'm going to put my clear coat on now that the rubbing alcohol is dried, and I'm going to put enough because you want that good and tacky so that the stars will stick. A few more. I really did want to do that a little bit different on this side, but I'm not sure I can do the comment that well, but I think I might. I don't know. Why not? I could always remove it if I hate it, right? So I put that there. And I'm going to let that dry. And now I'm going to think, what can be great for the streak? And I'm not going to go crazy with the glitter on this side like I did. So I want to make a different streak. Okay, just a little bit more to it. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit and dry. Okay, so now I think it's dry. I gave it a little time. So what you want to do is pat it. And it feels dry. Flip it over. You like the way it looks like? Does it need any more paint? Am I happy with it? Yes. So once you determine that, you want to take your pendant tray and flip it over. Okay, because by now that should have adhered. I'm going to glue it once again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let that adhere for a few minutes, and then I'm going to come back and clean it. It'll get rid of all your fingerprints and any glue that you might have gotten on there. Finished product. There it is. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is the side where I made a comet. See, I'm trying not to get the light reflecting on it, but I put the star sticker and then a little bit of silver glitter nail polish. And then I painted it with a purple, blue, and another blue, two different type blues behind it. And that's what it looks like on the one side. So now you flip it over, and the other side is what I started out with when I showed you the bunch of stars. Now you can find planet stickers or bigger stars or even little UFO stickers and do the same thing with the space in the background. And it's just different colors of nail polish. That's all it is. And different colors of glitter. See, over there I didn't put glitter all over. I just put the silver glitter streak for the comet and the little star sticker, which is glittery by the way, and then just some shimmery purpley blue nail polish. It kind of glows. Can't really see it in the dark, but there it is in the dark. And over there I added a little purple, some light blue, some dark purpley blue with all those glitters, and that side just simple. So there you are, a double-sided pendant. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Remember the links below, and I'll see you in my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.